A very warm welcome to our latest installment as we are learning the use of CATIA software. We hope that you have gone through our previous videos as it will be helpful for gaining different commands or different tools as we will be using those commands frequently. Once again, today we are going to learn how to use the profile tool. And today we are going to actually go through a different profile, that is we are going to create a pentagon. We are going to create a pentagon using the basic commands so far we have learned in the profile, as well as we have learned the constraints. So following the basic procedure, going through start, mechanical design, and then in part design we will be having the default name which we will set at 1. Again, you can name it whatever you want according to the name of the element, so we can name it as pentagon as well. So this is how the representation actually takes place. Here we can see on the screens. We will first of all select the profile on which we want to actually create the pentagon. Remember, if we want the pentagon to be in the vertical direction, we have to draw the cross section on the this plane, that is the XY plane. So we'll have to make sure that we choose the planes correctly. So we will first of all choose the XY plane. If we want to draw it, we'll choose the position sketcher option where we can move the plane according to our needs. We'll reverse the direction of H and we will swap it, and this is how we will open up the XY plane. So here it is, we have opened up the XY plane. Now how to draw a pentagon. If we want to draw it, say for example we want to draw it with a 50 mm side, you can go through our drawings which have been mentioned in the description. You can download the PDF and you can go through the drawing, and we will draw a pentagon, which usually will be a really helpful tool while we construct different commands. So more importantly, guys, we need to know some basic geometries. We need to know that the sum of all the angles at the center, and that is at the intersecting points, is always 360 degrees. However, since we know that a pentagon has 5 sides, this 360 degree gets divided into 5 because it has 5 sides. If it is a hexagon, it gets divided by 6. If it is an octagon, it gets divided by 8, and so on. So if it is a hectagon, it gets divided by 7 as well. So we need to know that while we are constructing a pentagon, we need to divide the 360 degree into 5 equal angles, and the answer will be 72 degrees. So that is the angle between two consecutive sides of a pentagon. So we will now learn how to construct a pentagon of side length 50. First of all, I will draw a pentagon which will be wavered in side in whichever quadrant you want to draw. It usually doesn't need to have any constraints at the start. Here we have defined it as horizontal, so it is represented by H because we want the base to be parallel to the x-axis. So this is how we have kept it. It may look like a pentagon. It has 5 sides, but it is not actually a constrained pentagon, as we can see. So to constrain it, we need to go through different geometries. As I have spoken you that the angle between the two consecutive sides is actually 72 degrees from the external, and it is 108 degrees from the internal. As we can see, the angles in the linear pair, these are the geometrical theorems we have learned in standard 9th. So we will go double click on the linear constraints, and we don't have to select it every time. So if I click on this line and this line, here we have it 70 to 62.68 degree as it is being showing by default. If we double click on it, we have this degrees, so we will simply name it as 72 degrees. Here it is 72 degrees. We know that we are constructing it with a length of 50, so we will click on it. It becomes 53 by default. Double clicking on it, we will now select 50 and press enter, it becomes 50. Similarly, this will also be becoming 50. It is not important where the dimension lines are. We are only constructing a 2D component. While we do a 3D component, all these dimensions get hidden. So it is 41. Double clicking on it, we will now make it press 50 and press enter. It becomes 50. Similarly, this will also be 50. It is now 45.388. Double clicking on it, and then we will make it 50. Similarly, it will also follow the same pattern. Double clicking on it, and it will be 50, pressing enter. And the final dimension, it will be 50 as well. Here we can see it is 50, but it is still not a defined geometry. We still need to create that. We need to make sure that this line and this line are also 72 degrees. So let us give it as 72 degree. It is 67, as you can see. Once I give that geometry as 72 degree, here we can see a pentagon is created fully constrained. If I try to give 72 degree between these two lines, it will actually appear to be void, because it will be over constrained. So avoid violet lines, as we can see. So this is how we have a pentagon being created. Here I can move now the pentagon anywhere on our screens. As we can see, we have created a pentagon. Now this pentagon is actually not constrained, because it doesn't have an origin. That is, it is not defined with the origin. We can just simply define it with the origin as well. But however, how about we keep the origin coincided with the center of the pentagon? So for doing that, we will first of all need to find the center of the rectangle. So let us find out where is the center of the rectangle. So we will first of all connect this line with this very particular point by using a line constraint. Here we can see, I will click on the line, keep it blue because it represents verticality, then it represents on the right side. So now clicking on the line, it becomes violet temporarily, but it doesn't matter because we are actually constraining it. Now if I select this point, both the lines become red, as we can see. So now I will just go on this particular line, and I will click on this particular line. However, you can choose this line and this point, the point that is directly in front of the particular line. And now we have to select the point at which these two lines are intersecting. That will be our center. So we will select this point. These two lines become red once I'm on the intersecting point. We have the intersecting point command as well, so we can choose that as well. Now the point has been created here. Once the point is created, we don't need these lines any further, so we can just simply delete these lines. The point never gets deleted, so that point will actually represent as the center of our the pentagon. So let us now constrain this center. Here we can see it is now constrained. We have constrained this point, so even if now I move this pentagon, it moves with the center. So here we can see, now if I want to bring this pentagon at the center of and that is at the origin, I just simply have to select this point, and I also have to select the origin, and then I can go in the geometrical constraints, clicking on it, and here we have the coincide option, and this is how the pentagon now comes at the center. There are plenty of dimensions, but it doesn't matter in the sketcher command how the dimensions are. Here we can see pentagon is created with the length 50, and it is constrained at the origin as well. We will learn different geometries once again, how to create a triangle, how to create an isosceles triangle, obtuse angle, acute angle triangles. We will also learn different types of quadrilaterals which can be created. For now, we hope that you have liked today's video. Do subscribe to us and we will learn different aspects as well. Thanks for joining, and do join us again next time. Goodbye.